All right, we're back up. Sorry about that,
Take two.
ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Apparently having some technical issues. Not sure what, but we'll see. Let everybody get back into it real quick, and then we'll get back to the.
We're talking about Legs and Schaefer, and how I was about to say there's different mindsets for wrestlers, and I don't think either one is flawed. I know people look down on the weekend warrior wrestler or the wrestler who only wants to work for one promotion. If that's what you want, that's what as long as you give it your all, which Legs gives it all, his all, and then some.
He does.
As long as you're doing that, to me, it's fine. Like, I don't look down on that. I know, not to call him out specifically, but Jamie is a big person on that. If you're going to wrestle, you're going to be a wrestler. You're going to do whatever you can to get your name out there, go different places, be the fully best that you can be. Jerome is that way too.
Yeah.
And again, that mindset is good too. But if you're someone who is a little older, knows your limitations, and just wants to do this for a fun little hobby while making maybe a little extra on the side, as long as you're giving it your all, fucking go for it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I love about Legs the most is, while yes, he is very loyal to MPX, which obviously I love. I don't want to say he knows his limitations because that sounds wrong, but in the end, you kind of do.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of those where you may have a different side, but me and you, we get to call we're the commentators for Legacy. Do I ever think I'll get to commentate anywhere else? No, I don't. Am I happy with that? To a degree. I would love to commentate elsewhere, but if all I do is Legacy, I'm fucking happy. It's not something I will seek out. Like, oh, hey, you need a commentator? But it's, again, I got an opportunity. We surprisingly, I guess, did well.
Yeah. Well enough that we're going to be back there on November 11th.
Exactly.
Check it out.
Cheap plug. But again, it's something I think you have to know where you're at. And I'm saying, wait, sidetracked here. We always do. But again, when Legs can give everything he's got, I'm all for it. And this match I thought was very well because I think him and Schaefer have maybe faced off in a tag or something before.
I think so, maybe. Best Picture versus, I
think it was Legs in a Million, wasn't it? Wasn't it him?
It was either Million Legs or Crazy Legs.
Yeah. And again, the chemistry was there. There's a little flub trying to walk the ropes, which those turnbuckles and ropes get slick. That's not on them.
I understood exactly, when it happened, I understood exactly what happened because the ring is not where it normally is for Legs. So when he went to go do that, he's trying to not have his momentum put him into the wall.
Right, and it's also...
Because when he did it on the other corner...
Yep.
Boom,
perfect.
Spot on, perfect, no problem.
And that's the thing, though. Even on that flub, they recovered so well. So yeah, I dug this match. I thought it was great.
We'll talk about you on After Dark, okay?
Oh, a dwarf. But again, it was a good match, and I do like, and we'll get into it later, but the three people Schaefer beat, that's how a one-night tournament to crown a Mr. MPX should be. You should be able to beat kind of the top three guys.
Yeah.
Because going in, my three choices, people are like, oh, who do you think? I'm like, well, my top choice is Gabe, then Schaefer, and then Legs. And, well, what did Schaefer do? We'll get into it later.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's the thing. I thought this match was good. It was solid. And I thought all of the entourage did very well, especially in the main event at the end. That's something that, and we see it with managers a lot. We saw it with Eden Grace, with Jinx. Trying to learn where to be, what to do, stuff like that is something that takes a little bit of time. Oh, yeah. And all three of those men, and that's even harder when you got three to do it.
LP, Larry Pope, Loverboy Larry, let's be honest.
Yes.
He knows. He's a veteran. He's an old hand at this. If anybody... Sapo.
Turtle's a veteran, too. Yeah. Or Sapo, sorry. It's a Turtle now.
I don't know how much he's been on the outside, though.
True.
And Paulie is, of course, new.
Yes.
So it's and actually, I love how Paulie has gotten so over.
I was just going to say, how crazy is it that out of this group, out of those four men, Paulie's the most over? It's amazing.
All because of a lens cap.
Lens cap and front row girls. Let's be honest. Everyone is over in that building because of the front row girls.
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
I mean, they still love a ghost. So,
but the match itself was actually really good. The Schaefer and Legs worked really well together. Schaefer coming out on top on this one.
Yep.
And of course them using the Legs to beat on Mr. Legs later,
which I love.
Yeah.
Because again, always,
but it was
fuck Randy.
It was Lenny that he was beating up on though.
I don't think so. No, it was Randy.
No,
you always break Randy. Randy's the bad one.
But then after that, we got one of the exact matches we were like, yes, want to see this. Tommy Bolton, the Buzzard, versus the rugged Gabe Wilder.
I don't think if you would have had me lay out matches, this is one I would not put on till maybe semifinal because, one, it's heel versus heel, which is, again, stupid logic, but that's how my wrestling mind thinks.
Given the story that we were getting throughout the night, it made sense, too.
It did, and it's also just... That's going to be a fucking physical battle. Whoever wins that, holy shit, they're already a disadvantage, which it kind of was. But Gabe and Bolton, probably hands down the most physical match. And I mean, it's my personal favorite match of the night. Gabe and Tommy was amazing. And it's exactly what I thought as soon as they came out and we realized they were facing each other. I was like, ooh, this is going to be rough. This should be fun. And it exceeded my expectations tenfold. Absolutely. It was amazing.
I actually went up and talked to Tommy after the match. I'm like, dude, I don't know if you watched Rehab, but we were talking about how much we wanted to see the match of Tommy Bolton versus Gabe Wilder. He's like, did we do good? I'm like, dude, you exceeded everything. We loved it.
Yes, they were amazing. And again, it was... Again, it's one of those that you see it, like, again, it wasn't on paper, so we didn't know beforehand. But as soon as they were standing across the ring from each other, just the excitement, at least for me, I can't speak for every addict, but for me, the excitement was like, ooh, we're about to witness something good.
That's actually the thing. You know, it's like the second match is usually one of the slower matches and everything like that. This night, no, nothing was slow.
Yeah.
It was fantastic all the way through.
And I know it's a bit of a travel, but man, if we get Bolton more and more and more, I'm excited because everything he has done since he's come in has always been good. It's been solid. It's been physical as fuck. Yeah. And how much, what was it? He had 2 matches, I think, before the whole lock thing, and he was like the most over heel.
Yeah.
Like, and with good heel heat, not just the, oh, he's a heel, let's boo him. No. They're booing him.
Yeah, he earned the heel heat.
Yeah, it's great. God damn his fucking headbutts, man.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
Well, there's a reason he has the Headbutt King shirt.
And that's...
that whole thing of no one's supposed to win in a headbutt, I think he is one of the few.
Yes, and I think it's one of those that it's... the sick fucking me loves it, even though knowing that it's super bad for him and his opponent to just clash heads. Yeah. It's amazing.
And Gabe strikes in that match yes, I agree with that too.
What?
Livy says Gabe's strikes in that match were his best thrown.
Yes. Yeah, if we don't like Facebook, Livy, switch over. But yeah, that's the thing, and it's...
Hey, Tony!
Again, people are probably sick of me. Oh, he said hi. Are you high? Never mind. That was a dumb question.
I was going to say. This is Tony. He lives his life perpetually in that state. But and does it well, unlike other people we know.
Yeah, true. But that's saying people are probably very sick. Are you talking about King Smoke? People are probably sick of me raving about Gabe, but no, Gabe is. Gabe is one of my favorites at MPX, at Texas Wrestling in general. And I think it's because, one, talking with him, how wrestling smart he is, how good he is in the ring, how he knows what to do, when to do it, why to do it, and just, again, how young he is. We're coming up on maybe 3 years. Like, it's just fucking crazy how good that kid is. And I can say kid because I'm older. How good Gabe Wilder is.
Y'all switch over to YouTube, damn it.
No, let's let them have their fun on Facebook. But yeah, Gabe Wilder coming away with a win on that one with a hard-fought GTSB because he had to fight for that one.
Bitch.
Or go to sleep, Bolton. Come on.
Oh yeah, that too. Go to sleep, Bolton.
But
did you know you could put a buzzard to sleep? Just a little donk on the head.
Yeah, you can smack on the head hard.
He's got the headbutt king, but I guess the chin it's a little weak.
Yeah. But speaking of Gabe Wilder, let's shift over to the next match in which his brother, the Mad Prince, took on Chip Mandalay. High-stakes Chip Mandalay. A last-minute addition, given that Tommy Becker was originally supposed to not be there.
Tommy Becker's a little... He's a little too good for the Mr. MPX tournament. It's beneath him. That's how it should be said, right? No? It's not. We don't know why. We don't know why they changed it. Fuck.
Yeah, but Chip showing up in this was actually really good. I mean, honestly, yes. He is such a good performer and everything like that. And of course, the Mad Prince, fantastic as well. These two had a chemistry that I didn't.
And you're reigning, defending Mr. MPX.
Yeah.
That is one thing I did like was the fact that he's there to defend it. We've seen a lot of tournaments where the guy who won is not in the tournament to defend it. So I liked the Mad Prince being in it to defend his right to still be Mr. MPX. And yeah, like you said, him and Chip, good chemistry. Very crazy, again, not knowing if they've really worked against each other before. But they were spot on, and it was great. I really enjoyed it. And again, every time we see Chip, it seems like it gets better and better. He's another one that, man, if we got more, I'm behind that. It'd be good.
One of the matches I was actually kind of hoping we'd get to see before the boys lost the tag team titles and everything, I was really kind of hoping that we'd get to see the boys versus Confident Cards, because that was going to, in my opinion, that was going to be good work.
It probably would have been. And we'll talk about it later. Chad is good. I think he needs some work. And we'll talk about that later. But it is, I think, Confident Cards are a good tag team from the one match I've seen them in. And the clips, they are good. They work together. It would be interesting. It would probably be a good match because, again, the boys as a tag team, again, it goes back to, I'm not going to say all Gabe. Tommy is very wrestling smart too. And especially in tag teams, they know how to work a tag match very well. So yes, them and the Confident Cards would be a good match.
Yeah.
And this one, like I said, chemistry was there. It was great. There's not many matches we're going to talk about here that weren't really good. Like,
yeah.
As far as a depleted roster, because there was other events happening.
Which we'll talk about later.
It was one of those where it's like, oh, a lot of our talent's gone. Almost every one of our champions is gone. What are we going to do? Who's in this? Blah, blah, blah. And they already played the graph and we're like, okay, we like these guys. Cool. And it's one of those, I guess, not realizing the one-night tournament aspect. I'm like, cool. What other matches are we getting? What are you talking about? It's a one-night tournament. These are the guys. Maybe one or two other matches. Oh, okay. Let's see how it works. And
we did get the one other match, but that was
we
later.
did. And I think, like I said, the way it was laid out, the way they were matched up, it was very good.
Yeah, no, and actually, this match was also really good because, honestly, they work really well together. And Tommy Prince coming away with the win.
Yes.
And advancing. And honestly, the way it went, the whole night for him, it was one of those things where I almost expected a second in a row win.
It did look like it. The only reason I didn't is because of the finals, which we'll talk about later. We're not going to spoil it right now. When the finals were set, I kind of had an idea where we're going. And again, the way it was laid out, the way it played was amazing.
Yeah. Then we had the Immortal Jason Silver versus Zero, in which most of the addicts were torn.
I was going to say, I feel like this is the one that they put out to go, all right, addicts, let's see what y'all do. And it pretty much was 50-50.
Oh, yeah.
And it's always great to see Zero. We may be a little biased because we love Zero. But so do the addicts. Like every time he is on the card, his reactions, I mean, I know we talk about the silver pop. Zero's is up there.
Oh, yeah.
And the thing is, there's not many wrestlers who, even after they lost, spoiler, Zero lost, get their name chanted after the fact that they lost. And Zero does almost hands down every time. People are chanting Zero. People love Zero. And it's, I mean, in the end, again, I may be biased and people will say that, what's not to love? Every match he's in is usually solid work. as a character, it's something I think most people identify with. And then also as a person, if you talk to him, he's cool as shit.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, it's unlike Silver, who's a dick. But,
but he's ours.
Exactly.
So,
he's our dick, so we love him. But it's the match itself was good. It's one of those that I think it surprised me a little bit on the physicality, which I guess it shouldn't have. Knowing that Zero's going to try the fight and take whatever shot without putting his hands up, and Silver's going to try to kill everyone and himself.
We had the unkillable weed, like Iron Belly likes to call Jason Silver.
Yeah.
And then we had Nobody Dies Like Zero.
Right.
Which is our thing for Zero.
Exactly.
So it's like, of course, yeah, you were going to have these two guys just literally just trying to kill themselves for our entertainment. And this is one of those matches where it's like, I could have seen it going either way and I wouldn't have been truly disappointed. But I personally thought the better story in this match would have been Zero going over, especially after the championship match he had. Let him ride that wave of, you know, somewhat success at least.
And I do somewhat agree, except for the match we got out of it.
Yeah.
Like, if, again, not knowing the layout of the tournament and the brackets and everything like that.
Yeah, this was the judgment I made at the time. Seeing the final product, I'm perfectly fine with how it went.
Because again, it was like I said, I wanted that first round upset. When we first had Legs and Schaefer, I'm like, ooh, that's a good upset. And then it didn't happen. I'm like, and then I saw Bolton and Gabe. It wouldn't have been an upset if Bolton won. Wouldn't have been an upset if Gabe won. Okay, cool. Washes out.
Yeah.
Then you get this one. I'm like, if Silver loses, that's an upset. Okay, that fulfills my upset. Cool. Because I'm Chip, I love you. I'm sorry. It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It did not matter who Chip was against. I don't think it would have happened.
The whole thing of it didn't matter who was in that spot because that was the replacement for Tommy.
Yeah.
Everything like that.
Yeah.
So it's like there was, unless, you know, whoever came in.
It's National Drink Beer Day, apparently. So
apparently,
cool.
Yeah. But unless they brought in someone like, I don't know, Brick Savage, who was, of course, out in Houston that night.
Yeah.
There was no way that whoever they replaced Becker with was going to go all the way.
Right. No.
No one really believed that.
So yeah, before seeing the brackets or what happened, yeah, I would have loved Zero to upset Silver. That would have been great. What we got out of it, I love Zero. But I think it was better. My
whole thought was if the final match had not been what it was, if it had turned into, spoiler alert, if it had turned into Schaefer versus Silver again, I'd have been upset. That would have actually upset me. Not a lot, because it would have been a solid match with two guys I like a lot, but...
What did you do?
What did you do to my cat?
No,
PR always angers black pussy. That's fine.
Dude, save that for after dark.
What? What did I say?
But
yeah, again, having Zero, again, this is one of the Zero and Exodus was good. Zero and Silver was great. It really was. I think it's really one of, and it's weird because Zero's actually had a decent year for the little we've seen him here at MPX this year in 2022. I think this was the best match for Zero. Again.
No. There was
what did I say?
There was a caveat with him in Exodus, so.
Well, and that's the thing I said. It was good. It was very well worked. But I don't know. There was something about this match I just loved, and I think this is one of my favorite Zero matches. It's not necessarily my favorite Zero moment, because that's obviously when he won the Addicts title off CJ and the Gauntlet. But as far as a match that was worked, that was hard-hitting, the chemistry, everything that was laid out, this was amazing for Zero. It was really good. And it's one of those where it's, again, I don't necessarily know... And again, because we don't get too political or backstage on the show, I don't know why Zero's not used more. But it is one of those where if he was, it would be a good thing. And then we can say the same thing for Legs. Legs is something who we didn't see for a long while. He's just now started coming back. And it's one of those are two. Love it. Yeah, and those are two guys, especially Legs and Zero, who are over as fuck with the addicts, who always get great reactions that, again, I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful, that are free on Saturdays. Fucking use it. I feel those are two guys, especially at MPX, you can always find a spot for.
Yeah.
And again, that's, I guess, enough for my Zero love, because I'll get messaged about it later.
Silver coming away with the win on this one with a. It was actually kind of surprising to see him do an elbow drop off the top rope rather than the.
It was
450.
good though. I liked
it was. No, it was fantastic. It was just like, wow, that's different.
Because it wasn't even just a straight elbow drop. It was like some twisting turn elbow drop. So it was great.
Yeah.
Again, that's Silver is one of those that. He's a little older, so he's not as death-defying, but the way he flies is just holy shit. Like, we talked about it with Hilda. The way she does the Miyoda, it just looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Most things Silver does, high flying, off the top rope, going over the top rope, whatever he does, it just looks good. Like, the man's got full control of his body, which a lot of wrestlers don't actually have.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, anything Zero does or Silver does off the top rope, flying over the ropes, even when he gets picked up and thrown around, they just look good.
But then we moved on to the second round of the Mr. MPX tournament as the semifinals. Michael Schaefer with the Entourage still and took on Gabe Wilder, and this match was impressive.
And the thing I liked about this the most, and again, it goes to the two men in it. It goes to Schaefer and Gabe and their wrestling knowledge and knowing what to do, how to do, why to do. The fact that Gabe was still selling his back from the Bolton backbreaker, which was, I don't even know if it was selling. It looked devastating as fuck to me. The fact he played that into this match and Schaefer picked apart the back, doing the whole, sitting on his back and stuff, like everything he did, that match was good. And it's something that, I guess, spoiler, this Saturday we get to see again, and I'm super excited because it is
a fresh Gabe, a fresh Schaefer. That's gonna
fresh Gabe, fresh Schaefer. Schaefer coming off a big one. Gabe being upset over the loss and what happened in the finals. It's going to be another good match because these are two talented as fuck wrestlers. So it's great.
Yeah. And actually, with the way Schaefer won this match against Gabe and everything, like you said, he picked apart the back and everything like that. It also kind of draws attention to something that happened during the night, in which, with Gabe, that was the cleanest umbrella bomb of the night.
Yeah, it was.
Because with Legs, I was actually super impressed by how this one turned out. Legs almost came down sideways.
If it wasn't for Schaefer.
Schaefer, just changed his position mid-fall. And it came out clean. And of course, we'll talk about later on.
Yeah.
But it's like this one was and it was the one I actually thought that he'd have the most trouble with, given that they're both big guys.
They're both big guys, and even getting up, it looked a little wonky at first, and you're like, oh God. But it worked out very well. And again, that's the professionalism of these two men. And again, we talk about professionalism. Schaefer realizing in the Legs match to, oh shit, and fixed it to where it still looked a little rough, but was way safe.
Oh yeah.
That's something I don't think, and it's us because we overanalyze wrestling and we're, weird diehard fans.
Yeah.
Not that other addicts aren't diehard fans. Things like that we notice.
Yeah.
And so immediately I was like, oh, and then my first thought, I think I even leaned over to you or Pat. I was like, holy shit, Schaefer saved Legs.
Yeah.
It was, again, great. But yeah, this match, and it was one of those, it was going in, because like I said, Gabe was my number one. I'm like, okay, I don't think he can do the GTSB, especially given the back injury that he was selling. He's got to do his frog splash.
I was actually impressed that he almost, like Casey, he almost...
Oh yeah,
he
almost did.
He almost John Cena Schaefer.
And it's not that I don't think Gabe could. I do think Gabe could, but given the back injury, it wouldn't have made sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, this match was really good. And again, like I said, I'm super excited for this week because holy shit.
Yeah. And then we had the second of the semifinals, the Mad Prince versus Jason Silver. And given the loss of Gabe in the semifinals, I thought that it was going to be the same for the Mad Prince here as well.
I kind of didn't, because I was like you. I was like, well, we just saw Silver and Schaefer. Great chemistry, great match.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have made a lot of sense.
But this is where it's like thinking that this was going to be where the Mad Prince, like they were going to both lose in the semifinals and be upset and everything like that. It's like that's where I was a little upset. I was like, why did Silver go over Zero? That's a much better story to have Zero go all the way to the final. And, he still have Schaefer.
Well, because again, like we kind of talked about it on the show, Silver winning Mr. MPX, he would literally have done everything but win the Addicts title.
Yep.
So it was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Mm-hmm. Now we have, at this point, Schaefer winning everything except for the MPX title.
Yep.
So,
he hasn't won a Rumble yet.
Oh, that's true. He has not won a Rumble yet. 2023 Texas Rumble winner, Michael Schaefer.
Yep.
But no, that's right. No, I'm entering number 1, so I'm winning. Okay. But no, that's, again, this match, while I said, yes, Bolton and Gabe was very physical, and it was, this one was physical too. It was something I think I even mentioned to you, or I mentioned to Pat, is how Silver and Sagan looked like they absolutely hated each other and tried to kill each other every match. The times we have seen Silver and Prince face off, it's almost the exact same fucking thing.
Yeah.
Like, they look like they hate each other and want to kill each other.
A lot of people make the comment, us included, that it looked a lot like Silver fighting a younger version of himself.
Yeah, and it kind of does. Just Prince isn't as suicidal as Silver.
He doesn't
do as death-defying stuff.
Yeah, that was Red.
I don't know if I'll ever see, Prince get hung from a balcony by a chain like I have Silver.
Again, I'm pretty sure that would be Red.
Red would. Red in a heartbeat would be like, oh yeah, fucking hang me. All right, be sure to give your finger. No, just hang me. The fuck, Red?
I'll be fine. See?
Yeah, exactly. As he turns purple. He's no longer red. He's Purple Chambers. But no, this match, again, 2 men wanting to kill each other, and we've seen it before, and the chemistry is always there. I was kind of like you. I was like, oh, Silver goes on, it's cool. But then I'm like, wait, no, we just had it. They're not doing that. It's Prince needs to. Plus, it's also the defending champion going to the final. It's a better story.
That's where I was like, when Prince won, I was like, okay, this makes more sense. This is the story that they're telling, and it's actually a good story. So I'll go with this. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Like I said, if it had been Jason, I'd have been upset. But as it was Prince, I was fine with it, because that final match.
Well, and I guess looking back at it, now that you mention it, going back on it, if it would have been Silver Schaefer in the finals, I think I personally, booking wise, would have been a little more torn. I'm like, okay, Schaefer's the right call. You got a lot more to do with it, blah, blah, blah. But again, if Silver wins, holy shit, he's done everything in MPX. He truly is Mr. MPX. He's done almost everything. I think I would have been a little more torn. If it was Prince and Schaefer, I kind of knew going in, okay, cool, this is Schaefer. Like, it was one of those, but again, that's what armchair booking, hindsight, whatever you're talking,
because, the true Mr. MPX, if we're going to go by the having done everything at MPX, the true Mr. MPX wasn't even in that tournament, because he was over in HOT getting beat up by Sam Moore.
Oh. Thought we were going to the RIP Ghost.
No.
Or you were going to go to Mr. Everything, maybe, probably.
No, he was in APW at that point. But
wait, what the fuck?
Oh, you didn't know? We'll talk about that on After Dark.
Oh, okay.
But excuse me. But yeah, the
Fisher?
Yeah.
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah.
Thought he was dead too, but all right.
He is now. The co-main for the night with Tommy Becker versus JD Griffey. The Tommy Becker.
There you go.
Versus the king of MPX, JD Griffey.
Yes.
Versus Chad Delvine from Confident Cards. This match was a hell of a lot better than I thought it was going to be, especially considering apparently it was thrown together last minute.
Okay. Given that aspect, yes, very good card. I do feel, and again, like I said, we'll talk about it, and again, I try to be super respectful because I don't want people mad at me. I like Chad. The times I've seen Chad, I think he's good.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell one of these things was not like the other. Chad was in there with the caliber of talent of JD and the Tommy Becker, and he learned a lot in this match because in the end, I don't know that he was necessarily ready for this.
But at the same time, he is a green rookie.
True.
Who was in the ring with JD Griffey and the Tommy Becker.
Yeah.
And the fact that he was like there stepping up to JD and taking on both him and Tommy without any hesitation.
True. And that's the thing, I think, like I said, he did okay. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't say it was good or great. Because again, like I said, we've seen Chad. We like Chad. Chad has a shitload of potential. I would love to see him more. And given the depleted roster, given what we have to do, yeah, Chad filled in. Kudos. Amazing. I don't know if it was...
Oh, geez. That doesn't surprise me.
What?
Given who he works like, in my opinion. From what he has been heard, he hurt himself early in the match.
Well, that's what I was just about to say, is I don't know if he was truly just blown immediately or if he got a little loopy.
Yeah.
Because there were a lot of things off. And again, because I think I even leaned over you, I was like, I think he's off. Because we've seen Chad, and Chad's usually on.
Yeah, his match with Rob Boris at Legacy was fantastic.
Yeah. But again, I think it was great, obviously, because the triple threat in general, I think it was not great. It was very good because you have what supposedly should be the monster heel at MPX with JD, someone who hates the addicts, doesn't really like management, wants MPX to be the best thing ever and feels no one else is on his level. You've got the Tommy Becker, who hands down is probably our tweener. People either love him or hate him depending who he's going against.
Yeah.
So literally...
He doesn't have to change a thing about his character.
No, he doesn't. And then you've got Chad, who is a face at MPX. So you have a face, a heel, and a tweener. That, as a triple threat, that's amazing. That is beautiful that you can actually pull that off. And again, I loved a lot of the interactions. I thought it was great. There was one moment where JD has submission, Tommy Becker had a submission on Chad, and it's like, well, if he taps, who gets the win? It's one of those things where, and I kind of would have loved that if he actually would have tapped, and the ref goes, you both can't win. I can't count that. As opposed to him getting to ropes. I forgot how they got out of it. But that, I thought it would have been really cool. I
think he eventually just rolled out.
Yeah, that would have been really cool just for them to have that moment where he tap, and I think it was Nick goes, I can't call a winner. And then just have Tommy and JD look at each other and then go at each other. That would have been a cool moment. Yeah. Again, I think, like I said, I like Chad. I want to see him more. I just, in this match, if he was actually injured, then okay, makes a lot of sense. Because like I said, I even leaned over and I go, he seems off. I think something's off. I thought it was great. The best thing out of this was, and again, it's no disrespect to the people in it, the best thing out of this match was JD's promo after.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Give that man a mic every fucking time he's in. Even if he's not on the fucking card, give that man a mic. God damn. And I think, and it's also because it's because what we're building to on October 22nd has so much behind it as far as animosity and history and stuff like that. It already sells itself, but having JD get on there and spit fire is just, it's beautiful and just adds that gas to that already flame that's just going. That is literally, like, I get Athena and Abaddon is the big thing for the 22nd. Everyone's super excited for it. No, give me this last man standing with Jerome and Palmer. That is going to be the best thing MPX has done all year.
There was the way I look at it is the Athena versus Abaddon. That's to, in a lot of ways, that's to help try and get fans in the door, new fans, new addicts, and things like that, because these are two big names that your average wrestling fan is going to know.
Yeah.
Or is more likely to know at least.
And it's,
Whereas for the diehard MPX addicts and everything like that, those of us who've been there for a year plus and everything, we're looking forward to Palmer versus JD because we know the history in this and we know how good this match is going to be.
I've said on the show, I'm not a huge fan of Abaddon. Mm-hmm. But having her fight Athena is probably the best thing they could have done MPX wise because one, Athena is phenomenal. Mm-hmm. Athena is one of the best talents wrestling wise, not even just female, even male. Like she is amazing and the things she can do. And I even said before the match announced, it's got to be someone good against Abaddon to one, make me care, and then two, I'm sorry, I know it's my own personal opinion, to make the match good because I don't think Abaddon is that good. She's a great character, just in ring, I've never been a fan. Mm-hmm. Having Athena announced, I was like, holy shit, this is going to be great. This is good. This is what they need to do. But then it was the same day as Palmer and JD,
Courtney
and I'm like,
Courtney reminds you they.
Abaddon yes. Abaddon is they. I will also mess that up. But having it on the same card as JD and Palmer, to me, and it's only me, my only opinion, this is Kyle Smith, Palmer and JD overshadow what should be the huge big match that everyone is coming for. Yeah,
that's why I said I think it's like the two matches have different purposes in a lot of ways.
They do, and they have a lot of different purposes.
Because if we get a brand new fan in the door, they're going to enjoy the JD and Palmer match, but they're not going to care about the history. They don't know the history.
No, but I do think it's. And again, it's no disrespect to Athena and Abaddon. Getting a new fan that's never been to MPX before, having see JD and Palmer, they'll be back that next week.
Oh, yeah.
That is...
Just have them come to MPX once. They'll be back next week.
for the most part, yeah. That's actually how it works. But yeah, like I said, the match, I think, the triple threat match, which we got sidetracked. The triple threat match was good. It wasn't great. It was okay. It served its purpose to get Jerome that win and that mic.
Yeah. And
that is something that you always need to do. Because again, and he said it on your show. Haha, I watched. It's a fucking business to him. Like you said, you got to win. You're like, no, I can't. It's a business.
I said, getting a big win. Well, not really a big win, but.
Right. And it's one of those where that's the thing is, while again, like I said, people have mindsets like legs, which is great. I see no problem with that. Then you have mindsets like JD that again is also very good. And I love it. Again, give that man a mic anytime. I don't care if he's on the card. If he is in the area, just be like, hey, 5 minutes, go. And he's going to get people interested, invested, heated, and it's going to be great.
Yep. But then, of course, we had the finals for the Mr. MPX tournament in which we had Michael Schaefer versus Tommy Prince. And
you almost said the
Tommy Prince, the Mad Prince. I think it's because I was trying to go with the Mad Prince and Tommy Prince at the same time, so it was like the Tommy Prince, the Tommy Dean, the Tommy Becker, the Tommy Prince, the Tommy Bolton. Why not?
No.
Congratulations, guys! Your first name is now the. But
we still need that six-man.
Oh yeah, we'll eventually get the War of the Tommies sometime, I'm sure.
Just an all Tommy battle royal.
Yep, and people will be so confused when Sky and Legs are in the match. But yeah, Michael Schaefer, Tommy Prince, no disqualification, no holds barred, no time limit. There will be a winner.
Which I love. That's how every one-night tournament should be announced and portrayed. Hey, we have to have a winner. No DQ, no count out. There has to be a winner. That's amazing.
Yeah. And of course, once again, absolute shout out to the voice of MPX itself, Cody Cox. Hey, just killing that one. Because you could hear people going, oh my God, when he was saying it.
Which, if he's the voice, or the voice of MPX, what is Tyler? He talks too for MPX,
He's the bow tie.
He's the bow tie.
The bow tie, Tyler. Wow. No.
He hates that so much.
But anyway,
Tie that keeps MPX together.
I can get behind that one.
He's the bow tie on it.
Yeah. But yeah, this match again was great. I think, like I said, seeing it, I was like, okay. In my mind, definitely Schaefer. I guess, okay, there's 5% that goes, oh, back-to-back Mr. MPX. Cool. But given there are 3 members of the entourage on the outside and Hilda was missing, so it's only Gabe, Tommy Prince is a little outnumbered. So my thought on during the whole match, sitting there and watching it, was I actually let myself, not try to predict it, because I'm looking at it going, it's like, they're not going to give this to Tommy Prince 2 years in a row, are they? But at the same time, this is Schaefer. Right.
And how many times have we seen them book Michael Schaefer to the top of the mountain, and then, like Sisyphus, the rock rolls down?
No one knows what that meant. But again, that's, I got it because I love that. But anyways, that's the thing we've always talked about on the show. The booking of Michael Schaefer has been so weird to me at MPX. I've never understood it. I've never got it. What did we do?
Pat.
Fucking Patrick! God damn it, man.
No, I got it. I know if I say something, I'll get yelled at.
Let's continue on with.
But yeah, Schaefer and Prince was a great final, given the 8 participants. This is probably. Well, yes, I would have loved Gabe to be Mr. MPX. Again, Schaefer is my second pick. Given the way everything laid out, this was a beautiful. And it's very physical. Tommy Prince does not give a fuck who is standing against him. He's going to fight them the way he would fight anyone. And
he, in a lot of ways, he almost got it. He even got the curb stomp.
Yeah.
And everything. It took 3 other guys to be able to really beat him.
And I think that is, again, we kind of talked a little bit about how new Paulie, which I don't know Paulie's full history. But no, that GTSB that Gabe ran out and gave him was pretty beautiful. It should have been Turtle. Turtle's the one that really should have got just the shit hit out of him. It didn't happen.
Right.
He got hit, but not the way I thought it should have been. Having Larry come in, like, again, and it's something I do. Loverboy Larry's always been great in the ring.
Yes.
It's something I wish we saw more, and I'm hoping we do. Like I said when they first kind of started, I hope we get more of a tag interaction between Turtle and Larry or Paul or whoever, whatever members of this entourage we get.
Well, okay.
I want that.
To be fair, Sapo is still trying to come back from an injury, an ankle injury, so he's gonna need to take a lot to actually get back into fighting form.
Right.
And but no, like I said when LP first showed up as part of the entourage, my first thought was, this is not how I wanted to see Larry and Michael get back together.
Right.
But I'll take it because it works so well.
Exactly. Again, I liked it. I thought it was good, and the match itself was solid.
Oh yeah.
Every interaction from the entourage to the boys, it was all good. And again, it also leads to what we have next week.
Yeah.
I like how it's a continuation. So, yeah.
But yeah, that was the Mr. MPX tournament. Our new Mr. MPX, Michael Schaefer, the leading man.
Look at LP getting all these roles.
Complete with his entourage. And Sapo.
There was also big news before the whole thing. He's in Yellowstone again.
Yeah, he got another role in Yellowstone.
Look at LP.
Yeah, best agent you could have.
Yep.
But let's talk about this coming week. We've got MPX's Survive the Night for 2022, and
who survives?
I don't see Skip, so.
Yeah, but you see someone on there, and that's a rivalry renewed.
Oh boy, yeah, I can't wait to see that. But let's start with that. Actually, we're gonna have the Texas Chainsaw Sky de la Cremosa.
Hold up.
What? What?
Shouldn't you start with the season pass holder match since that will be technically first?
True,
Okay.
true. We know that's going to be the first, and we'll go with the main event last and everything.
There you go.
Yeah. So the pre-show match that you can only get in to see if you are a season pass holder. So, sorry, Courtney.
And lots of others probably.
Yeah. We're going to see the rugged Gabe Wilder versus the leading man, Michael Schaefer. A fresh Wilder.
Rematch.
This is going to be a hell of a match.
It is, because as good as that match was, the semifinal match last week, like you said, fresh Schaefer, fish Gabe, what are they going to do? Which I guess, okay, in the end, how fresh will it be? How good is Gabe's back? How tired is Schaefer? I mean, Schaefer, I think, hands down, can claim the best big man in Texas at the moment. But how much did working 3 solid matches? I don't consider. Brick is a solid motherfucker. Do not think I would consider him a big man. Yeah, that is hard, isn't it? Yeah, it's kind of hard. I still say Schaefer's the best big man in Texas.
You know what? Maybe we'll get a match between the two of them at some point. We'll see.
Jesus Christ.
After Schaefer wins the MPX championship.
But yeah, again, working 3 hard, physical, conditioned matches that Schaefer did last week. How is he going to bounce back? While we say fresh, how fresh are they actually?
Yeah, that is a good point. But I'm excited to see that. And I actually kind of appreciate that MPX is actually announcing what the pre-show match is, because on the one hand, it could be seen as a dick move. Hey guys, this is what you're missing. Ha ha ha. Or at the same time, it's really going to encourage people. This is what you're going to get. This is the quality of match you're going to get if you buy the season pass.
And I feel it's the latter. I feel this, not even the old management would have done it too, but this management loves to reward its addicts. So yes, I think having season passes obviously is good, and it's also cheaper in the end. You do save money, especially if you're there every week. But no, this is more of a reward for the addicts. And it's also, it gives you that, at least for me, because I'm an asshole, it gives me that mindset of, see what I watched? Haha, fuck you guys.
Or as Lugo likes to say, get a ticket, show up.
Yeah.
Let's get a season pass.
Where's he been?
Get in.
Where has he been, though? But yes,
No comment.
I do think this match is amazing and very well. The card's very good, but this could probably steal the night, maybe.
Yeah, that's very true.
It's possible.
Yeah, but that is only the first of the 4 matches. Let's go ahead and go with the one I was starting on earlier. The Texas Chainsaw, Sky de Lacrimosa, taking on Mr. Legs. Like you said, a rivalry renewed.
And Sky even pointed out on his post that last time they were in the ring together, they were a team. And it's one of those where that's not the Sky I like and want. No, I want the Sky that murder. Legs was his favorite meal. Like I want him to go after Legs. Not that they won't. It'll be a great match because again, I think out of Legs opponents, this probably has the best chemistry. It's amazing. But I think, like I said, I don't know, this different Sky we've got. Yeah. I don't know how it's going to work against Legs.
Well, we'll see. I mean, this could be a build. I mean, given the way that things have gone for the Lost Boys as of late, we could see a change in the future.
I mean, I guess we'll see. My favorite Sky is the one that, like we saw with Brick,
almost killed Mikey B.
Well, yeah, they almost kills Mikey B. He almost kills everyone. But it was when he came against Brick, because we said it before the Brick match. We need the murderous Sky back. We need the actual Texas Chainsaw back. Right now, he's not the Texas Chainsaw. He's not that murderous person we need. And that's always my favorite Sky. Yeah. So that's why I was a little disappointed. I'm like, no, you want to murder Legs. You've always wanted to murder Legs. You broke Randy. Break it again. But the match is going to be great.
There was that time in which Mr. Legs beat Sky Suddenly.
Beat him a couple times, actually.
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
We're not going to talk about the Sky Legs win-loss record.
It's about 50-50, I think.
But it's great, so.
But, then we're also going to have the feud that has been smoldering for a while, and now it's going to go completely ablaze. As we're going to have the All-Star, Matt Locke, taking on the boy band behemoth, Mikey B. It's official. It's in the promo.
It is, which I still don't like it. I'm not saying this will be the end. Obviously, we could go bunch of different ways with this match. I just feel it's a little soon to pull it out. Like, I wish there's build. There is very good build.
Shouldn't have pulled it out.
That's why I'm going to be a father.
But it's good build.
Premature ejaculation.
I just God damn it, I am trying to talk and you three. Fuck. For once, it is not me saying inappropriate shit.
I said nothing inappropriate. I just said I'm going to be a father.
Yeah, based off PRs. Anyways, the match has good build. It is great. I felt we could have dragged it out a little more. We could have got
honestly feel like this is just going to be the first chapter in this.
Oh, it probably is. I just do wish we would have had more. We heard what little weird Mikey promo there was, because it seemed like the promo was
Carl.
Tangerine Cassidy?
Can I try to make
Keep
a
trying.
point?
I am
trying to make a point.
I'm sorry.
For staying on topic, we got a lot to do tonight.
I know. The promo we got from Mikey last week, it seemed, I don't know if that was the actual promo or if it got cut wrong, because obviously...
If that was on purpose, I loved it.
See, and I didn't. It was like, it was weird. Like, it cut mid-sentence, and then it replayed. I'm like, wait, was he supposed to do that? And they just, because we've seen in MPX before, the video just replay immediately after when they're done. It just seemed a little weird, and it just didn't seem full.
Yeah.
All we've heard from Locke, we haven't heard. We've read on Facebook.
Yeah.
I wish...
But then he's always been better at the written promo.
Oh, no, he has. And again, like I said, they have a good build. Maybe if Mikey had a match first, did a promo, Locke comes out, interferes, does a promo. If we just had a little more back and forth in front of the Addicts at the event center, then have a match, I'm more for it. I'm for it. I think this hands down probably is our greatest rivalry right now at MPX. I'm for it. I wanted a little bit more before we got the match. But again, I do agree with you. I think this is a taste before we get something more. It's a little more.
Given how dedicated Matt Locke has been to MPX and everything like that, and the fact that Mikey B is, of course, an MPX original, an MPX graduate.
I was going to say, did you lose your train of thought? You just kind of froze.
I'm trying to think. Is that the right term?
MS-DOS was not working in your brain at the moment.
No, it blue screened. But it's like the fact that they are consistent with MPX and everything like that, we could very well have a long running story with
I'm
this.
doing coke now?
I'm what? God damn it, production.
We're doing coke later, apparently.
Okay.
So that means Marcus Rose is coming around. Fuck! Don't
dark.
give me a
After
live
dark.
mic.
After dark.
No, it's between after dark.
Well,
anyways,
but yeah,
Mikey B, graduate.
I think that we could very well see a long-running story with this. This is kind of a slower burn with to the actual crescendo of the story.
I do. I'm really looking forward to see. There's two things I'm looking forward to. One, Mikey as a heel, because I think he can do it.
He can.
We've seen glimpses and it's looked good.
It's the mustache.
He shaved it though. Look at the promo. It was clean shaven.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Oh. That was the first thing. I was like, no, why didn't you shave? Anyways.
I think he did that for the other show he was on.
Probably. Anyways, I think he can do a great heel. Mm-hmm. My thing is I want to see how these addicts react. And I think they did it perfect for the fact that it was Locke. Because like we've said, Locke is the most over, and no one would have thought about that months ago. So having Mikey, I'm not even looking at chat anymore, having Mikey turn on Locke, I think, one, helps him as a heel, but I want to see how it's portrayed. And the other thing I'm waiting for is the Sammy interaction.
Are we going to get a straight up Miss Elizabeth moment or a Sherry moment or what?
Right, and that's the thing. Like I said, I want, again, because like you said, and I agree, this is just a taste in chapter 1 of what's going to be a long story with many chapters. I want the Sammy that is torn, legs locked, but this is her fiance, blah, blah, blah. Then it gets to the big crescendo, boom, turn on Locke. Mikey and Sammy are full on heel. Yeah. I think that'd be great.
But I'm really looking forward to that, but I'm also really looking forward to the main event because we're going to get a part 2 match, I guess you could say, as we're Exodus Prime, the MPX champion, the final boss, will be taking on Izzy Jane.
No, what are you talking about, part 2? This is match 1. this is
part 2. This is part 2. No. Part 1 did not end well for Exodus Prime.
And Exodus says that match didn't happen.
Well, management told me it did, so you know what? It did.
Oh, of course, you're all about management now. Kiss ass. No, this match is going to be good.
Whoever thinks that the certified mark is unbiased really has never paid attention.
I call it straight. I'm like Bill Alfonso. It's straight down the line, daddy. There's a shitload of people that don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. Chris Richter will enjoy that.
Yeah.
But no, again, we got a little taste, and it's weird to say little because they had a decent long match.
That was a hell of a match, too.
But we're getting a full, fresh Exodus. We're getting a full, fresh Izzy. And what is more than likely probably should be, God, I really hope it is, the main event of this card. And it's amazing.
See any reason why it wouldn't be.
You have the, I guess, technically, what did he... I forgot Izzy's actual wording. Is he the longest reigning or is he the most winning?
He said he's the longest reigning.
Okay. So technically the longest reigning MPX champion in history of MPX, which he's never won it in this building. He hasn't been in this building a lot. Versus hands down one of the best MPX champions we've had in a long while, if not ever, in Exodus Prime. This match is going to be amazing.
No, I shouldn't have looked at comments.
Do I want to look at the comment?
No, you don't.
Okay.
Just don't.
All right.
But yeah, that is going to be an incredible show because honestly, you've got all of that, and of course, it's like from what I understand, the Sons of Mayhem, who will be here in just a bit.
Well, we saw the little post. Every champion's in the building, aren't they? Well, except for the prospect champion. Don't get me started.
hey, they won their first MPX Prospect Championship defense.
Yeah, but how disrespectful is that to take the title away from MPX and make MPX mail you the goddamn plate? That's rude. Rude, Kid Bandit. Rude.
But they're still our MPX champion.
Prospect champion, not
MPX
our
Prospect
MPX
champion. My bad.
Is this where I do hashtag not my prospect champion?
I guess so. Well, maybe.
What?
Casey.
You told me not to look at comments, so I haven't looked at them.
They're asking if Casey's going to be there.
Yeah, I think.
From what I understand,
think it was on the post that fucking. I can't remember if it was MPX or Richard, which I hate if I just blew that spot. They posted, I think everyone is going to be there.
Yeah.
So go find that post on the Addicts page. Again, Addicts, go to the Addicts page, use it. Wrestlers, use the Addicts page to put your shit over. That's what it's there for.
I'm loving all the promos and everything.
Yes.
More promos, the better.
That is something, and we didn't talk about it, and we should from last week. All the vignettes and promos that were cut, beautiful.
Yes.
Use that more. If it's one of those things where, because let's be honest, it's the Addicts page, it's Facebook. It's not necessarily fully controlled by management, so to speak. If a wrestler has something coming up, fucking cut a promo. If they're not going to give you time on the mic in the ring, fucking do it on the Addicts page. Yeah. One, people like me get hyped for it, and I think it's great. And two, it's some wrestlers do need to work on mic skills, and I think that's a great way to do it. You told me not to read comments, and you're still reading comments. You told me not to look at them.
Red saying it's like he saying that he never risked his second prospect championship.
That is true. He didn't.
You're supposed to be here, sir.
See, there we go. That's my prospect champion. Is Red Chambers.
Sure, but. Yeah,
See?
either way, it's going to be an incredible show this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. I'm looking forward to it with what we've seen already.
Are you going to survive the night?
I'm going.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm just curious if you're going to survive. You're going. Are you going to survive?
Okay. I don't know. We'll see what happens on the after show. But, yeah.
They're going to have to bring a mop like they do for Melanie with Tim.
This Saturday.
Yours is a little more sticky, though, probably. Maybe not. I don't know.
This Saturday, get your tickets, get your season passes if you want to see the pre-show match. And
I almost broke you.
We'll be back in a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned for Rehab After Dark. We're going to have the Sons of Mayhem, your MPX Tag Team Champions, here in the studio with us. And we'll see what happens with that. Either way, mark out, ladies and gentlemen.
See y'all Saturday.
In a few minutes, too. Yeah.
It's not